Good morning, students. Today we'll take the last topic in Health and Hygiene, class 6th biology. And today I will tell you about the different methods of garbage disposal. You all know what is garbage. Garbage are the waste which are generated from the homes as well as from the factories and from other institutions. So there are unwanted materials which are left out and they can be disposed properly to protect us from any kind of disease. If the improper disposal of the garbage can lead to many kind of diseases also, so it is very essential to dispose the garbage in a proper manner. And different methods I will tell you. Before telling the different methods of disposal of the garbage, first of all you should know what are the different types of waste. So there are mainly three different types of waste. They are biodegradable waste, non-biodegradable waste and hazardous waste. So first we'll take what is biodegradable waste. So biodegradable waste means those waste which can be decomposed easily by the action of microorganisms, bacteria, and they can be decomposed easily. So such type of waste which can be decomposed easily by the action of microorganisms, they are called biodegradable waste, like fruits and vegetables, peels, garden waste, leftover food, kitchen waste, mostly they are all biodegradable waste. And these biodegradable waste can be easily converted into compost by the method of composting. So what is actually compost? Compost is the organic material which are obtained by the decomposition of biodegradable waste, and they are used as a fertilizer to enrich the soil, to make the nutrients in the soil. And this composting method can be done it is very simple method. What we have to do is that different types of biodegradable waste, they are collected in a heap and they are dumped in a ground. When the ground is there, a pit is dug and all the biodegradable waste, they are dumped into that pit, and then it is covered with the layer of soil. After few weeks, what happens, whatever the waste, biodegradable means waste of plant and animals, when they are decomposed by the action of microorganisms, slowly and slowly what happens, they get converted into manure, and this manure can be used as a fertilizer to enrich the fertility of the soil. And if you want to do in a speed way, means in a very short time, if you want to convert that biodegradable waste into compost, we can do another method that is called vermicomposting. Vermicomposting means by adding earthworm. The same method is applied like composting. All the biodegradable waste is dumped in the pit and covered with the soil, and with the waste the earthworms are added to it. So what happens, the earthworm, they speed up the decomposition method, and within a short time or within a few days, the biodegradable waste, they get converted into manure which can be utilized in the fields. So that method, by adding earthworm, they are called vermicomposting. And now, so this biodegradable waste I was talking about, biodegradable waste, they can be easily converted into compost by the two methods, by composting and vermicomposting. Now second one is the non-biodegradable waste. Non-biodegradable waste is just opposite of biodegradable waste. Non-biodegradable waste means those waste which cannot be decomposed by the action of microorganisms. So these waste, they have to be separated in a different way, or they can be disposed in a different method. And for example, plastic, metal cans, paints and other metal objects which waste of the metals, they are all non-degradable waste because they cannot be decomposed by the action of microorganisms. So they have to be separated in a different way. I will tell you the different methods. And the third one is the hazardous waste. Hazardous waste are those waste which readily explode or catch fire, and once they catch fire, they release a lot of smokes as well as radiations, corrode the other materials also. So these wastes are very harmful for all of us. So they are called hazardous waste. especially the radioactive waste and the chemical waste. Chemical waste means in the form of chemicals like in the pesticides or weedicides or bactericides. These are all having the chemicals, different type of poisonous chemicals, and the radioactive waste which come from the nuclear reactors. They are all hazardous waste because they are very harmful for us. So these are the three types of waste: biodegradable waste, non-biodegradable waste, and hazardous waste. Now we all know that what we do, mostly the hazardous waste or chemical, they are filled in the land. I mean, they are utilized in the landfill. But these landfill, if we are using the method to dispose the garbage in the landfill by landfill methods, these have several disadvantages also. First of all, what is the main disadvantage? That harmful chemicals which are filled in the land, they means from there the gases escape, harmful chemicals also escape, as well as harmful gases escape, and they contaminate the environment. So that is the main disadvantage of the landfill. And second main disadvantage is that landfill attracts the pests and the scavengers. Pest means those which infect the plants, or the microorganisms which infect the plants, which destroy the plant. They are called pests. And scavengers, mostly they which feed on the dead flesh of. So these animals mostly they come on the ground, and they especially to take the waste, they eat the waste in the landfill. And the third one is the garbage which are used in the landfill. They also catches fire sometimes, and what happens due to the when they catch fire, then the smoke is released, and it also causes pollution, as well as the air pollutant they release in the environment and also pollute the environment. So various gases like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, they are released by this method. Now if the garbage are catches fire, so they release a lot of harmful gases and they pollute the environment, and pollution takes place. So these are the different disadvantages of the landfill method of disposing the garbage. And so best method of the disposing the garbage is the reuse and recycle. Reuse means we have to reuse the material in the another form, like if the any kind of bottles or any metal can, they are broken, so they can be melted and they can be recycled in the factories, and they can be converted into other metal objects or for other purpose. So that is the reuse and recycle. So reuse and recycle, like paper, waste paper can be recycled, and waste other plastics can also be recycled. So plastic, papers, this can be recycled easily by melting it again, by making the pulp of the waste paper, or by melting the metal objects, by melting the glass, by melting the plastic objects, and they can be recycled and they can be further utilized in a new form. So reuse and recycle are the best method to for this disposal of the garbage. And another is that whatever the biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste which are generated, especially from the kitchen, from the homes, or from any other area, so they can be segregated. So segregation of the waste is very important. Segregation of the waste means to separate the biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste in separate dustbins. So separate dustbins should be there, and they should be colored, different colored dustbins should be there. Like in the blue bin, the disposing the non-biodegradable waste is done, especially the metal waste, or glass bottles, broken glass bottles, polythenes, milk cans. So these are all non-biodegradable waste, so they should be disposed in the, or they should be kept in the blue colored bins. And whatever the biodegradable waste, like leftover food, or especially the kitchen waste, or some peels of the vegetables or cardboards, so they can be separated in the green bins. So they are meant only for biodegradable waste, green bins are, and the blue bins are meant specially for the non-biodegradable waste. So these are some of the methods. Beside this, one more method is there to dispose the harmful waste, especially the hospital waste, like syringe injections or any kind of infected cottons. So this can be burnt in an incinerator, that is called incineration process. But this incineration process is also very harmful because it also pollutes the environment, because the pollution occurs due to the smokes and the other gases which are released by burning this waste. So these are the few methods how to dispose the garbage. Landfill method we can use, but it has some disadvantage also, although it has advantage that it can fill the land, whatever the land which is not in a level, they can be covered. And second one is there should be segregated in different bins, green bins and blue bins. Green bin for biodegradable waste and blue bins for non-biodegradable waste. Besides that, incineration method and many other methods are there. Recycling and reuse. Recycling and reuse is the best method to segregate the different types of waste and to utilize the waste in a new form. So this by this topic now we are the lesson is complete, and in the next class I will teach the last lesson which is left in your